Hey everybody, this is Tommy G.
And it's PJ.
And we're back on the road again, people. To Philly, to home, back here to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At least, it's like I didn't hear that to unpack. I just left some clothes here at the same hotel.
Yeah. That's what I did. I just rented it for the week, and I'm just going to stay.
Jeez.
So we went back to Phoenix. I come back, everything is still here. So that's I like that.
All right. Well, our last trip to Philadelphia this season, we'll, if we see any of these guys, is going to be at the postseason. You're looking here at these Philadelphia Frontrunners, one of the two very proud teams that the city's proud of, and we see a lot of familiar names there. You know, you got Jonas Trickster, Miles Hart, Phil Jones, Hannah Mess. Jeez, I'm getting scared as I look this down here. Clay Chambers we're facing today. Anyway, before we go into much detail about how these guys are doing, let me go back and show you where we are at the halfway mark. I get season standings. We just had some games played. The Beewolves are tied for first place with the Sirloins, so they really want to win today. Otherwise, they're going to fall back closer toward the Water Bullets. And the Frontrunners are really going to want to win their game. They're only playing 500 ball this season, but they got a +8 run differential. And they're a solid team, so we take them lightly and we pay the pricely.
Yes, and they showed us in the playoffs last season that they are not a team that you can take for granted. And this being the 23rd game of the season, me and Tommy have said it repeatedly in the beginning of the half, you don't want to be playing your best baseball up front. You want to be playing it towards as you get closer to the playoffs. So the Frontrunners are that kind of team where they were, they weren't losing, but they weren't winning. They were just, they were playing. And now that we've got a point, it wouldn't be surprised to see them start to turn it up a little bit.
Well, before we go into this game, let's talk about the last one real quick. Pete, spoiler alert here. If you don't want to hear this, tune out for 15 seconds. Okay, ready? Beavis Ortiz has another hot game, and he starts it off in the top of the first as he closes out the side with a strikeout against Johnny Baggs. He go on to make second star of the game for his performance, both on the mound and surprisingly at the plate. He also got on base a couple of times, I think, right?
Yeah, he did. He was hitting pretty well.
Yeah. So yeah, what a way to start the season for Beavis Ortiz. Tied for the most wins at 5. So he'll be looking forward to his next inning. Gina Torrance scores first for the Beewolves. He slams this rocket past the mound to bring Hanley Dexter's home, and it's 1-0 at the bottom of the first. The Beewolves get a second. I missed in the replays, and it's not until the top of the 6th with 2 outs and 2 on that Colvin Chenzo, remember that name, drives one out into the outfield, bringing in 2 runs for the Sawteeth, and it's a tie ball game. And they let him go. But the tie doesn't last long, though, as Billy LeBoink comes up in the bottom of the 6th, also with 2 outs and 2 runners on, and nails one out into center field, bringing in a run, and the Beewolves recapture the lead. So it wasn't out there quick. But then they're not done, as the next batter, a unlikely hero, gets an outfield single of her own, bringing in another run, putting the Beewolves out in front by 2 again. But the Sawteeth try and come back again in the top of the 7th. Pex Flexed stops up and crushes one out over the left field wall, and quickly it's just a 1-run game again. You got to hand it to them. They hung in there.
They did, and this was 2 games in a row where the teams, the Beewolves seemed to have their number at the beginning of the game, and then toward the middle to the end, it starts to get a little tight. Well,
the Beewolves also played great defense, too, Pete. When Colvin Chenzo stepped out to the plate in the top of the 8th with just 1 out and a runner in scoring position at second base, Billy LeBoink makes the catch out in right center field. The runner tags up and runs to third, but Billy's amazing arm proves to be too much, and he's gunned down at third base. It was an amazing double play.
Yes, it was. Heads up defensive play by the old man in right field, and what can you say about him? There should be an expose done on Billy LeBoink and the season he's had so far, because, man, he's really playing his best baseball, I think. And I think he is really trying to will this team to a championship. And on the one hand, I'm all for it. On the other hand, I'm a little concerned that maybe he's given this push because if they win the championship, we may be looking for a new right fielder next season.
Yeah, at 40, you wouldn't expect to get that kind of performance out of someone, but man, he's really defying the odds. Well, in the top of the 9th of that last game, the Sawteeth threatened, Kobe Kingman almost hit one out. It was caught just short of the wall in left field, but the game would end at 4-3 when Peck's flexed, pops this one up behind home plate. Eliza Peck pulls it in, and the Beewolves tie the St. Louis Sirloins for the first place in the division at the halfway mark. So good first start to the season, Pete, like you mentioned before. And that brings us to the second half. Here we go. Regular season game 23 of 44. It's the Arizona Beewolves 15-7. Contact specialist, solid season, going up against the 11-11 500 ball playing Philadelphia Frontrunners, who are a balanced team across the board and are dangerous. We're going to put up our starting pitcher, our most struggling pitcher this season, but last pitcher she was red hot. So we're just waiting for her to turn around. Like you say, if she does it in the second half, that's just perfect. Fran, the right-hander Japani, throws the ball harder than most. She throws pretty good junk. She's slightly less than average on accuracy. She does have a winning record, though, at 3-2 with an 8.10 ERA. She'd like to improve the winning record and drop the ERA, and she also has a 1.47 whip.
That's right, and behind her, she's going to have a Laura Franco at first base with excellent power. Great, good ability to connect and good speed on the base pass. She's hitting 381 with 4 home runs. Hanley Dexteras is they got him here as being in center field. Magic Moore may be taking a seat. I don't know, but typically he's the shortstop, but he did play center field in the last game. So for now, we're going to say Hanley Dexteras center fielder. He's got better than average power. He's got great ability to connect and great speed on the base pass. He's hitting 349 with 8 home runs. And then Ruby Green, the third baseman. She'll be playing third base for Bertha Banks. She's got better than average power. She's got good ability to connect on the base pass and better than average speed on the base pass. She's outperforming her career stats, and she's locked in right now, Tom. She's hitting 407 with 3 home runs.
Wow, what a season for her. Jeez.
Yes,
well,
sir.
They'll be going up against the front-runner starting pitcher, their third string, Ryan Castillo, the right-hander. He throws the ball a little bit harder than most people. Not quite as much movement, but he's fairly accurate. He has a winning record as well, 2-1, with a 5.56 ERA and a 1.54 whip. So both pitchers are hoping to keep in the winning column, so they're going to come out and show us what they got.
Yeah, they are. And like you were saying, Castillo's got that winning record with a little bit better ERA, but as we said, Japani's ERA I think is a little bit of an anomaly. She had a bad outing, and I think that's what we're looking at more than anything. But behind Castillo's, there's going to be Jonas Trickster at first base, who's got great power, better than average ability to connect, and excellent speed on the base pass. He's hitting 261 with 4 home runs. Eddie Clubb in left field's locked in, and he's got better than average power. He's got excellent ability to connect and just a little bit less than average speed on the base pass, although he is outperforming his career stats thanks to the locked-in status. He's hitting 295 with 5 home runs. You got Hart playing shortstop. He's not 100% healthy, but he's got excellent power. He's got about average ability to connect and good speed on the base pass. He's hitting 228 with 5 home runs.
All right. We're going to get the lineup here from the assistant coach. Is looking like this. Hanley Dexteras is going to start off at shortstop, Pete. So that was they decided to mix things up a little bit last minute. Hanley will start playing shortstop. He'll bat first, batting second. Buster Biggs in left field. Batting third, Laura Franco, who's going to be at first base. Ruby Green is going to bat fourth and play third base. Like you say, Bertha Banks is sitting this one out. I guess the only reason is because Ruby Green is locked in, because Bertha Banks is not tense or anything like that. So Gina Torrens is also locked in. She'll bat fifth and play second base. Catching again today, Steve Monstour, who's right in there, and we're looking at developing him soon. Catch the live for the Hive at Tommy Naperville on Twitch. And Billy LeBoink is going to bat seventh and play in right field, Mr. Crazy Billy LeBoink. Magic Moore will be in center field batting eighth, and batting ninth will be our pitcher, Fran Japani, who throws the forefinger, the two-finger, the curveball, the slider, and the changeup. I love those pitches.
Yes, sir. She does have a good repertoire. I enjoy that as well. So, Frontrunners at Founders Field. So we're back here again. This is one of the deepest parks. We've got a couple of good smashes against the the freedom that went for long pop-ups because of the depth of the center field
Nice
walls back there.
Nice summer day. Nice day for a game here, people. Let's play two.
Let's do that. So the Frontrunners got Club in left field, Driver at third base, Trickster at first base, Jonas in right field, Hart at shortstop, Mess at second base, Todd catching, Cortez in center field, and Castillo pitching. Hannah Mess is leading the team in home runs. As we go into the top of the first, it's Hanley Dexteris, Buster Biggs, and Alora Franco. And Ryan Castillo will take the bump for the Frontrunners.
Oh, boy.
So get ready to go here. Whew.
Now the shortstop.
Dexteris is neutral and fit, known as a tough out in the utility players, hitting .349 with 8 home runs, 19 RBI.
And the first pitch by Castillo's in there. Dexteris pushes it left down the third base line. We're underway here in Philadelphia. 0-1 the count. That one's way outside. Dexteris doesn't go one apiece. That one's right in his wheelhouse. He crashes it out to right field. Phil Jones is going to grab that and get that first out.
The left fielder.
Stepping into the box, Buster Biggs, the left fielder's neutral and fit. He's hitting .333, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. First pitch to Biggs is in there for called strike. Strike one. That one's popped up and over the head of the jumping first baseman into right field for a clean single. Jones gets it into Hart.
Now batting,
Buster Biggs standing at first base.
Number 82.
Laura Franco comes up hitting .381 of the season, the 5th best batting average in the league at this point. She watched the first one there for a ball. Good patience by Alora. She's got a fast runner at first base. Second pitch is in there. She hits it foul down the third base line. One apiece. Pressure's up here in Philly. Keeps looking over. Alora hits a grounder over the Driver, who throws it to second for that first out and at first. And ends a double play down the side.
So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors in the Beewolves half of the first inning. It's Ed Club, Rowan Driver, and Jonas Trickster going to face off against Japani with an 8.1 ERA. Ed Club, the left fielder's locked in and fit, hitting .295 with 5 home runs and 9 RBIs. In the zone. First pitch from Japani's in there for a called strike. Strike one. Club swings and misses. Finds himself in the hole now. No balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the first. Now he's outside. Japani tried to get him to chase, but he was able to hold off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the locked-in Ed Club. That one's low ball 2. Count is evened up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on in the bottom of the first. That one's hit. It's off the end of the bat, and Jonah Torrens is going to pick it up, make the throw to Franco at first for the first out. 1 down, and Rowan Driver, the third baseman, steps in. He's on fire and fit, hitting .375. He's got a home run and 7 RBIs this season.
Wow.
Driver, a dangerous hitter there. Fouls the first pitch off along the third baseline. No balls, 1 strike. That one's popped up straight back out of play. So now Driver finds himself in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Swing and a miss, and Driver goes down on strikes, and the mojo comes down on Rowan Driver. Jonas Trickster, the right fielder's neutral and fit. He's got power versus left-handed pitching. Hitting .261, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. The first pitch to Trickster is outside, ball 1. Fran Japani's got a 7.92 ERA. That one's outside, ball 2. 1.43 whip and 30 strikeouts on the season. There's a shot, and that's going to get. Oh, Hanley Dexteris lays out, picks it up, makes the throw, and gets the third out. 1, 2, 3. We're heading into the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Beewolves. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Frontrunners. Ruby Green, Gina Torrens, and Monstour going to face Castillo through 8 pitches and gave up 1 hit in the first inning.
All right.
Ruby Green, the first baseman's locked in and fit. She's known as an RBI man. She's hitting .407 with 3 home runs and 16 RBIs.
That's inside.
First pitch from Castillo's inside, ball 1. That one's high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Green. That's smashed deep into center field, and the center fielder Cortez is able to track it down on the warning track and make the catch for the first out.
Oh boy. Gina Torrens comes into locked-in Gina Torrens, .441 batting average, just out of her head. There it is, right up the middle, first pitch, a meatball. Cortez is going to stop it, and Gina Torrens is going to end up at first base where she belongs.
The catcher,
Yes, sir. And in
Steve
steps Steve Monstour,
Monstour.
the catcher. He's neutral and fit. He's got power versus right-handed pitching. Hitting .365, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs.
Nope, high.
No, one out runner at first base. First pitch is high, ball 1.
No.
Second pitch is high, ball 2. Gina Torrens is off with the pitch.
Ooh.
She's in there with a stolen base. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at second base. 1 out to Steve Monstour. Throw back. Oh, and the second baseman was able to keep the ball in front of him, but dropped it.
Oh,
Swing and a miss. Steve Monstour now 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitcher is very preoccupied with Torrens at second. Keeps throwing back. That one's dropped in the dirt. So the count has gone full to Monstour. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he walks Monstour. So bases, runners at first and second now with 1 out.
Billy LeBlanc.
that brings up Billy LeBlanc, who's also hitting the 400s, 444. He's got 2 runners on base with only 1 out, and the pressure's up. That one's right in there. He swings and misses a little bit late, only 1 count. 1 out here in the top of the second, still no score. That one's right in there. Hits a little roller to third. Driver's going to throw it to second and gets the double play at first. Wow, I didn't know why he didn't stand in the bag.
That's a good question. So the Beewolves pick up another hit. It's still 0-0. Filet Jones, Miles Hart, and Hannah Mess going to come up into the second. Frangipani threw 11 pitches with 1 strikeout.
The right fielder.
Filet Jones finished the season here last season. You know, we know him from playing back in St. Louis. He hit 1 out there. He also hit 1 out in our building when he played against us earlier in the year. Swings and a miss there. That would have gone out if he hit it. 0-1 the count. Frangipani throwing the 13th pitch. High inside corner, strike 2. She's in the driver's seat. She's ahead of him. Filet Jones doesn't look scared, though. He gets a hold of that one and pulls it left. That's an upper deck foul ball on the third base line. The crowd liked it. They're cheering him on, Pete. Right to the swing and miss, strike 3. You know, that's the thing about Filet Jones. If he doesn't hit it out, he may not be hitting it.
Shortstop, number 12.
Miles Hart comes up, likes the low pitch. I'm sorry about that. He's hitting .228 in the season, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. Always someone who could do something. Stand in the left-hand batter's box, chewing something. I don't know if it's bird seed or what. First one, it gets it in there, strike 1, 0-1 the count to Miles Hart. Second pitch is a curve. It's a little roller to Frank, who's going to pick it up on her way to first base. Step on the bag and get 2.
Now batting,
That leaves Hannah Mess, the second basewoman for the well, you heard the man, for the Frontrunners, number 23. More power than contact, but always someone who could do something. Real good speed, so she gets on, she's going to be a threat. First pitch misses low and inside to Mess. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. 1 more out to get out of the inning. Frangipani looking good so far in this contest. That one's popped up down the third base line. Ruby Green's going to run over and grab it at the third base coach's box.
All right, so as we head into the third, it's still the score is still tied 0-0. Magic Moore, Frangipani, and Hanley Dexteris coming up, going to face Castillo, who's thrown 20 pitches with a walk and 2 hits. The ZRA is at 5.11.
center fielder.
Magic Moore, the center fielder, is neutral and fit. He's got connection versus left-handed pitching, hitting .342 with 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. First pitch from Castillo is inside, ball 1. That one's high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That's in there for a called strike. In the top half of the strike zone. That one's high. 3 balls and 1 strike to Magic Moore. Castillo throwing his 25th pitch. That one's right up the middle. That's going to go right into center field for a clean single. And Magic Moore has reached safely. A leadoff single from Moore.
Getting the pitch count up there, too. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of pitchers, Frangipani, the locked-in Frangipani, hit 125. Real good contact hitter for a pitcher. They go to first base, and they cannot get Magic Moore, who gets back in time. He's got a lot of speed there at first. First pitch in the Frangipani pops that one up in the right field. That's going to be an easy fly. Out, waving it off is Filet Jones, who throws it in. Magic Moore's got to come back, tag it to first.
Now batting, the shortstop.
In steps Hanley Dexteris, the shortstop. He's neutral and fit. 0 for 1 today. Magic Moore at first base with 1 out. Castillo's first pitch is in there for a called strike. Strike 1.
Ooh.
That's a shot, and with Magic Moore taking off at the pitch. The shortstop had come over to cover second and left a hole for
He did.
the ball to travel through. So runners at first and second now with one out.
That worked out well. Up comes Buster Biggs, 1 for 1. I'm looking at that 4 home runs, thinking it needs to be a 5, Pete. That one's on the outside corner. 96 miles an hour by Ryan Castillo. He's getting ready to throw his 30th pitch here. Foul balled into his own dugout, and now we got 2 strikes, 0-2. They go back to second, but they can't get more. Miles Hart covering the bag, so it leaves that gap open between second and shortstop. It's right past the mound. He's going to step on second and throw to first, not in time. He gets that second. He gets Dexter as a second, which leaves runners at the corners. And up comes Laura Franco.
The first baseman, she's 0 for 1. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Castillo delivers. That's inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. That's in there for a called strike. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. That's in there for a called second strike. And the first baseman with a leaping stop. He knocks the ball down, but is unable to corral it, and everybody's safe. And the first run is across the plate.
How about
Beewolves
that?
won. Nice shot. Nice.
Yeah. So that leaves runners at first and second base, and up comes Ruby Green, the RBI man, who's locked in. That doesn't look good for Castillo. The first one's a strike, 0-1. Second one, early swing. She puts it into the front runner's dugout. 0-2. 1 more strike for Castillo. Pressure up for him. That one, though, is hit right up the middle into second base. That's going into the center field. Cortez is going to play it. Here comes the runner for home. And Buster Biggs across the plate makes it 2-0.
Way to go, way to go. Gina Torrens, the second baseman's locked in and fit. She's 1 for 1 with a single. There's runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the score is now 2-0. And Castillo is tense. First pitch to Torrens is high, ball 1.
That's inside.
That one's inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Gina Torrens. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Allen's hit high into center field, and Cortez is under it to make the catch for the 3rd out. But the Beewolves are able to put 2 on the board. It's Beewolves 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Front runners, no runs, no hits, no errors. Todd, Lucio Cortez, and Ryan Castillo going to face Japani, who's thrown 19 pitches with 2 strikeouts. Their ERA is down to a 7.59, Tom.
Boy.
Guillermo Todd, the catcher's neutral and fit, hitting 220. No home runs, but an RBI. Bottom of the 3rd, 2-0 Beewolves. First pitch is off the plate, outside, ball 1. That second pitch is in there for a called strike. The count is evened up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Japani throwing her 22nd pitch here. And that's inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. There's a foul out of play. That'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Guillermo Todd, the catcher. Japani delivers. That's pushed just foul along the 3rd baseline. So Todd will get another pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And that's fouled off. Again, kind of a swinging bunt, which I guess did not get into the field of play. So foul ball. That one's outside. So the count has gone full to Guillermo Todd. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a smash, and Franco's going to make the dive. And then flips it to Japani, who dropped the ball. So Todd reaches safely on an error. Lucio Cortez, the center fielder, steps in. He's hitting 298 with a home run, 8 RBIs. No outs, runner at first base. First pitch from Japani to Cortez is in there for cold strike. Strike 1. There's a smash to Dexteras, who picks it up over to second and then over to first for the double play. Bases clearing, 2 outs. Ryan Castillo is tense but fit. He's hitting 143, no home runs, no RBIs. There are 2 outs and the bases are empty. Bottom of the 3rd. First pitch to Castillo is in there for called strike. Japani at 30 pitches now. Second pitch is high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. That's a broken bat, foul. And it's just, Franco thought she might get that on the fly, but it bounced. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's in there for called 3rd strike, and Castillo goes down on strike. So it's Beewolves, 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error. Frontrunners, no runs, no hits, no errors. Steve Monstour with a walk. Billy LeBlanc, 0 for 1, and Magic Moore, 1 for 1. Castillo's at 42 pitches with a walk, giving up 6 hits. His ERA is at 5.61.
Now batting, the
Monstour
catcher,
walked
Steve
his first time up.
Monstour.
He's got power versus right-handed pitching.
He does indeed. Great season for Steve Monstour. Real late swing, though. 0-1 the count. It's behind Castillo. That one misses a ball. We're tied up at 1 apiece. Castillo still looking a little tense. 45th pitch is popped up by Monstour to left field, waving it off the shortstop. Miles Hart goes back to grab that. That'll be 1 down.
Now batting, the
Billy
right
LeBlanc, the
fielder,
right fielder's
the
neutral
leadoff
and fit, favors the high pitch. He's 0 for 1 out, top of the 4th. Beewolves 2, Frontrunners nothing. The first pitch to LeBlanc is high, ball 1.
That's down.
That one's low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That one's hit up the middle, and Hart picks it up, makes the throw over to first, and gets LeBlanc for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down, and
Magic
He
Moore.
took his time. He knew who was running. Magic Moore, 1 for 1 with the singles. LeBlanc hasn't got the runs he's got by running the bases. First one misses. Second one, ooh, hits him right off the arm. That one got Magic Moore on the arm. He's going to take the base the hard way.
The pitcher, Fran
yes, sir.
Giovanni.
So they got a runner at first. Fran Giovanni, the pitcher, steps in. She's 0 for 1 today. Magic Moore standing at first with 2 outs.
Oh,
First pitch is popped up into right field, and Jones, Filet Jones is there to make the catch for the 3rd out. So we're heading into the bottom of the 4th. Still, Beewolves 2, Frontrunners nothing. Ed Clubb 0 for 1. Rowan Driver 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and Jonas Trickster 0 for 1. Giovanni's at 33 pitches with 3 strikeouts. Her ERA's dropped to 7.36.
knock on wood. She's throwing a no-hitter so far, Pete.
Fielder, number
Oh, you shouldn't have mentioned it.
Here comes the locked-in Ed Clubb, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Hits that one hard, but it's down the first baseline foul. 0-1 the count. Clubb's been happy to be a front runner for a couple seasons now. That one's hit hard left to left field. Buster Biggs. Oh, dives a little too soon. It goes over his head, and there goes the no-hitter. Doggone. That one's going to get thrown in the second. Chiefs one's going to hold him up there. That was a hard one to read for Buster, who dove a little too soon and landed underneath it. That brings up Rowan Driver with a runner at second base and no outs. The crowd on their feet finally. That one's popped up in the center field. Magic Moore's coming up to get it. He's waving it off. He makes the catch for the first out. He's going to throw it into Torrens to hold up the runner. 1 down.
now batting, the first
And here
baseman,
comes Jonas Trickster.
number
Power against left-handers. Looking a little bit tense. He's facing the right-hand Giappani. Fran Giappani. He's having a great day on the mound so far, Pete.
strike.
Nice slider, I think, in there. Maybe curve. 0-1 the count. No swing. Number 49 standing in the right-hand batter's box. Bouncing a step. Check swing. That one misses ball. 1 apiece. That one he anticipated. Pushed it off the roof of his own dugout. Foul. 1-2 the count. Fran Giappani's 40th pitch coming up right here. She gets her signal from Monstour. Winds it. Throws it. Nice little roller to Torrens, who picks it up. Throws it to first. Almost before Franco can react to it. Gets the out. The runner advances to third. In scoring position, up comes Filet Jones. Crazy power. The outfield's going to play deep for Filet Jones. He likes the inside pitch. He's an RBI man, so he's a dangerous hitter here. Giappani knows she's got to throw him the right pitch. The crowd on her feet here in Philly, hoping Jones will even this thing up or put him ahead. That one misses 1-0 the count. That one's in there, strike 1. Now the safety's off for Filet Jones, the power hitter, who does so much damage to so many teams. Right in there, hits it hard to Gina Torrens, who dives a second too late. That gets into center field. The run's going to come in, and it's a single, another RBI to Filet, who's on first base now.
Shortstop,
Darn it, just a second late on that jump, and up comes Miles Hart, who likes his pitches low. 2 outs, just 1 more to go. The Beewolves hoping to hold this lead going into the 5th inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss on a nice breaking pitch high. 0-1 the count to Miles Hart. Fran Giappani hoping to get out before 50 pitches. That is her 45th. There's a swinging foul ball. We got a 1-2 count after that last ball. 1-2. 1 more strike to go. Hits it hard to Hanley Dexteris, who picks it up, tosses to first, and Alora Franco drops the ball.
now batting,
Inexplicably, just
second baseman,
mitts it.
number 23.
And the runner gets on. And that brings up Hannah Mess, who's 0 for 1 in the day. Now she's got 2 runners on base. The fans are into it now. Japani still hoping to get out of the fourth inning in under 50 pitches. Anticipated that to right field. It's going back. Billy the Boy jumps. Couldn't get it off the wall. Here comes the run home. 2 runs are coming home. Dexteros is going to throw it. Not in time. And so the front runners take the lead.
Catcher, number
And
51.
things are turning here. Fan Japani hoping to get out of this inning. Inside corner, strike 1. Got a fast runner at second base. 50th pitch. Hit hard to Hanley Dexteros, who's going to pull that out of the air and end that side.
Yep, but the front runners put 3 runs on the board on 3 hits, so it's now front runners 3, Beewolves 2. Hanley Dexteros 1 for 2, Buster Biggs 1 for 2, and Laura Franco 1 for 2. Castillo threw 51 pitches with 1 walk, giving up 6 hits. His ERA is at 5.4.
Beewolves have 2 errors at this point, Pete.
Dexteros 1 for 2 with a single.
They do. So Beewolves got to pull it together here. He hits a hard one on the first pitch, deep to right field. It's going back off the wall. Handley balked. He waited a second again, but he makes it in for the double.
The left fielder.
He's got to pay better attention, Pete.
Stepping
He
into
really
the
does.
box, Buster Biggs 1 for 2. The speedy Hanley Dexteros standing at second base. First pitch to Biggs is in there for a called strike. Strike 1.
Oh, no.
That's popped up into shallow center field. The center fielder, Cortez, is there to make the catch. Hanley Dexteros could not tag up. So 1 out, runner at second base.
All right, Laura Franco 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. She's got Hanley at second. So often this cleanup hitter brings that run in. It'd be nice to see her tie it up. Hits a hard liner out to right field, but that's going to be into the glove of Cortez. Dexteros has to come back and tag up. 2 outs.
Now that's the third
2 outs,
baseman,
Ruby Green, the first baseman's locked in and fit. She's known as an RBI man. She's 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. There you go. 2 outs though in the top of the 5th. Beewolves behind 3-2. First pitch is in there for called strike. Second one's inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs.
Nope, high.
That one's high ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Ruby Green, the third baseman. That's outside, ball 3. Castillo, 3 balls, 1 strike. That one's high, ball 4. So Ruby Green walks.
Now batting,
And there's runners now at
second
first and
baseman,
second with
Gina
2 outs, and
Torres.
Gina Torres.
I think he pitched around her there, Pete, generally speaking. Gina Torrance 1 for 2 with a single, but now he's got Gina Torrance to contend with. Throws to second to try and get Dexteros, couldn't do it. 2 outs, pressure up, right in there for Gina Torrance, but she swings a little late. 0-1 the count. Just a little tense. Throws that one outside. We're even at 1 apiece. That one's high, but she pops it up into center field. That's going to be an easy out fly to Cortez to end that side.
As we head into the bottom of the 5th, it's front runners 3, Beewolves 2. Lucio Cortez 0 for 1, Ryan Castillo 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ed Club 1 for 2 with a double. Japani's at 50 pitches with 3 strikeouts, giving up 3 hits. Her ERA's at 7.41. Lucio Cortez, the center fielder's neutral and fit, but he's 0 for 1 today. Bottom of the 5th, front runners 3, Beewolves 2.
That's inside.
First pitch is inside, ball 1. Japani is now tense.
That's down.
Next pitch is low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Lucio Cortez, the center fielder. That's in there for a called strike.
The crowd didn't like it.
2 balls and a strike. Cortez getting a lot of work defensively out there in center field. That's in there for a called second strike. And Cortez now is looking at an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Japani delivers outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a shot.
Yes.
And Dexteros with the dive, picks it up, makes the throw to Franco for the first out. 1 down.
They don't call him
Ryan
Handley for nothing.
No, sir, yes.
Diving grab. Ryan Castillo. Oh, I'm sorry. You're
That's it. Ryan Castillo, starting pitcher. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1 out. Base is empty for Castillo. First pitch is in there for called strike. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Castillo. That's popped up. And Franco is running back there. And she'll make the catch in shallow right field for the second out, just off the foul line. So 2 quick outs. And Ed Club, the left fielder, is locked in and fit. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Club plays left field for the front runners. 2 outs, base is empty. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Strike 1. Japani throwing her 60th pitch right here.
she's no
That's in
longer
it for a
tense.
called second strike. Not yes, no longer tense. She's neutral and fit. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs to Ed Club. Club pops that up, and Billy LeBlanc is there and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th. As we head into the 6th, it's Frontrunners 3, Beewolves 2, Steve Monstour 0 for 1 with a walk, Billy LeBlanc 0 for 2, and Magic Moore 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Castillo's at 63 pitches with 2 walks, giving up 7 hits. His ERA is at 5.2. Monstour is neutral and fit. He's got power versus right-handed pitching, but he's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Monstour catching for the for the Beewolves. Freebooters. First pitch is in there for called strike. That one's popped up into shallow left field.
Into orbit.
Is there. Miles Arch makes the catch for the 1st out, so 1 down.
That one's popped up into orbit. Billy LeBlanc, the right fielder, comes up looking for that high pitch. Gets it, nails it out in the right center field. That's off the wall. Normally, you get 2 bases with that. But the old man ends up at first.
The corker. So Magic Moore, the center fielder, is neutral and fit. He's 1 for 1, single and hit by a pitch. Billy LeBlanc standing at first base. As my partner pointed out, not a lot of speed in LeBlanc, so you're going to need a good smash to get him around. That's popped up into center field, shallow center field. So LeBlanc's going to stay at first. It's 2 outs now. And Frangipani steps in.
0 for 2. Getting 100 on the season. Hoping to go 1 for 3. I would expect her to get there. Good patience. Watch the first one high and inside. Ball 1. 1 count. Pressure up. She had to back out of the way of that one. She doesn't like it. 70th pitch by Cassie. 71st pitch. Another one backing her out. 3-0. Don't swing, Fran. She does. She swings at an awful pitch. Now it's 3-1. That one's outside corner 3-2. We got a full count. 1 strike left for Cortez. She hits it hard up the middle, and it gets passed into center field. Frangipani gets on it, Pete. Great single by the pitcher, who makes him throw a lot of pitches.
You said don't swing it, I immediately hit the button. Finally, there's the shortstop's neutral and fit. 2 for 3 with a double and single. Ryan Castillo's going to get lifted here for Marshall Rosas. Oh, my goodness, Rosas. We've had dealings with him in the past. Rosas is a relief pitcher. He's got a 3.86 ERA, a 1.17 whip, and 28 strikeouts. He's neutral and fit. He's got about average velocity. He's got great jump, and his accuracy suffers. He's not fully rested, but he's pretty well rested. He's known as a specialist and a composed pitcher. He's got a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup.
He's good.
Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Dexteris takes the first pitch high, ball 1. That one's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. That one's low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Hanley Dexteris. That's in there for a called strike. 3-1. That's fouled off along the first baseline. The count has gone full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rosas throwing his 6th pitch. And that's going to get into center field. And Billy LeBlanc is coming around, and he's going to try and score, and he makes it and ties the game up. So the corker's off the field. Buster Biggs steps in.
And we got a tie ball game. Way to go, Beewolves. Buster Biggs 1 for 3. Hits it hard into left center field. That's going to bring everybody around, Pete. In fact, well, he's got 1 run in, and they're going to hold up there. He gets a double and brings a lead run in. Way to go.
All right, and here comes Laura Franco, the first baseman. She's tense but fit. 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. Rosas already tense and showing some wear.
Oh, that gets
away. First pitch is wild, and it's gone wild. Oh,
they get him. Yeah.
Dog, and they got him. Pitch got away from the catcher. Dexteris tried to score, but he was thrown out. So the score is Beewolves 4 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Frontrunners 3 runs on 3 hits. Rowan Driver 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Jonas Trickster 0 for 2, and Filet Jones 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Japani at 61 pitches. Rowan Driver's locked in at fifth, but he's 0 for 2 today.
The Philadelphia fans were in it that last inning. They just needed to not the Beewolves get ahead. That didn't happen. And now they're hoping to get some offense out of their swing. Up there near the hands of Driver. That one misses. Ball 1 will count. Frangipani still in this game. 63rd pitch hit foul on the first base line. 1-1 the count to Rowan Driver. That one's right in there. It's going to be a line drive into center field. That's going to be extra bases. Magic Moore throws it into the cutoff. Stairs who's going to watch Driver slide into second and hold up there. And that brings up the tense Jonas Trickster, who's 0 for 2 on the day, with a runner at second base, no outs, and the pressure up, and the fans on their feet, hoping Trickster could get him back in this. First put, it was a breaking pitch right in there, no swing, strike one. Hole in the count. That one's hit hard, foul ball to the left line, Souvenir, third base side. 0-2, swinging and a miss, strike three. She gets Trickster, who's not having a great day, but it adds to her K count. And that brings up the always dangerous Filet Jones, who's 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI in an outfield that's wandering back toward the wall. And a runner at second base. That breaking pitch misses low and away. Ball one. 1-0 count. Fans on their feet. It's like corner ball 2. Jones generally doesn't swing until he's seen one strike going. There's the strike. 2-1 the count to Filet Jones, who has the safety off. That one in the dirt, good trap by Steve Monstour. Trapani a little nervous around Jones. Her 72nd pitch coming right there. He misses a little high, and Jones is going to walk to first base uncontested. That brings in Miles Hart, who's 0 for 2. Likes his pitches a little bit low. He's got good power. He's a good contact hitter as well, so Hart could do damage. It's like corner strike one out. Again, this is an ideal situation for Frontrunner fans. That one's in it for another strike. 2 quick strikes by Japani. She's got him his back against the wall. Low and away, he doesn't chase. Good pitch selection, though. Thought maybe he'd go after it. It was close. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. That one's an outside corner. No swing, strikeout. Great pitch by Japani. Nice breaking pitch. And she's within 1 of getting out of this mess. Speaking of a mess, it's Hannah Mess. 1 for 2 on the day. Power hitter. Fair contact, a lot of speed. Runners at first and second base, pressure way up, fans on their feet, cheering her on. That drifter, change up outside corner, strike one, no swing. I want to count the mess. Check swing, but that's in there for strike 2. And Japani's 1 pitch away, pops it up down the left field line. It's drifting foul. Ruby Green is there, but she's not going to be able to grab it. That's a Souvenir, third or second row. Still 0-2. Back at the mound. Swing over to Dexteris, who picks it up, throws it over to first for the last out, and they get out of it, Pete.
Yeah, they did. So as we head into the top of the 7th, it's Beewolves 4, Frontrunners 3. It's Laura Franco 1 for 3, Ruby Green 1 for 2 with a walk, and Gina Torrens 1 for 3. Rosas threw 8 pitches, gave up 2 hits. His ERA is at 3.81. Laura Franco's 10th, but Fitch is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI today. Play at first base for the Beewolves. Specialist Marshall Rosas delivers the first pitch, a low, ball 1. That one's high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Laura Franco. That was a shot right to first baseman Jonas Trickster. A hot hit line drive that he made the catch.
She was just a little late on it. Ruby Green's 1 for 2, locked in, doing great today. 4-11 on the season. Ooh, that pitch made the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 the count. That one missed the inside corner, 1 apiece, 1-1-1. Marshall Rosas has a scratch, itches, winds up, throws it way outside. Ball 2, 2-1. That one's a floater high, ball 3. Everyone's a little nervous around Ruby Green, but he's composed, so it's coming in there. Swing and a miss, strike 2, full count. And that one's in there, gets the strikeout. Rosas turns it around and gets the K after going down 3-0.
Gina Torrens locked in and fit. Rosas' accuracy is starting to show some signs of wear. Hard hit, ground ball to Trickster, who picks it up, makes the run himself for the third out. So as we head into the bottom of the 7th, Beewolves 4, Frontrunners 3. Guillermo Todd 0 for 2, Lucio Cortez 0 for 2. Marshall Rosas is his first time at bat. Japani's thrown 80 pitches with 5 strikeouts, a walk. Strokeouts. Guillermo Todd, the catcher's neutral, and Fitty's 0 for 2 today. So Guillermo Todd's going to take a seat. They're going to bring in Stan Elvey.
Stan Alive, they called him. Stan Alive.
Yeah, that's Stan Alive. Stan Alive. To pinch hit. Alive is hitting .250 with 4 home runs and 5 RBIs. He's neutral and fit. He's got better than average power. He's got very good contact. And he's got less than average speed. He's known as a tough out around the league. So
He's good.
Yes, sir. He's good. Staying alive. There's a shot.
Oh, yes!
And Gina Torrens with the diving catch. So 2 outs now with Lucio Cortez, the center
One out.
fielder. 1 out. He's tense but fit 0 for 2 today. They're going to yank Lucio Cortez. They're going through the whole roster here, Tom. Lucio Cortez, the center fielder, is going to take a seat. They're going to bring in Kieran Perkins, the catcher. Kieran Perkins is going to pinch hit for Cortez. I'm sure he'll take over behind the plate. He's hitting 154 with no home runs, 1 RBI. He's neutral and fit. He's got better than average power, but he's got his contact is less than average and less than average speed on the base pass. He's known as an RBI dud. So the front runners here pulling out all the stops. And Kieran Perkins will more than likely take over duty behind the plate.
They want that offense. Oh.
Japani is, and that's going to get into left field. First pitch, line drive into left field for a single. So Perkins at first, and Marshall Rosas steps into the plate. I don't know if he'll hit. Specialist and composed.
No.
There you go. Marshall Rosas is going to take a seat, and Mick Steele, the first baseman, will pinch hit. He's hitting 200 on the season with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's neutral and fit. He's got very good power, but he struggles to make contact, and he has less than average speed on the base pass. So Mick Steele pinch hitting for relief pitcher Marshall Rosas. Kieran Perkins at first base does not have a lot of speed. 1 out, a runner on first. First pitch from Japani's in there for a called strike. Strike 1. Japani about to throw her 84th pitch. There's a shot that's going to Torrens. He'll flip it to second and then over to first for a double play. And we're out of the inning. Mick Steele, the pinch hitter, is going to be replaced by Lane Canto. Lane Canto going to take over duties in right field. Relief pitcher. Lane Canto is going to take over as the relief pitcher. Canto with a 1.32 ERA, a 1.02 whip, 29 Ks on the season. She's locked in and fit. She's got excellent velocity. She does not have very good junk, and she's got a little bit better than average accuracy. She is not fully rested. She's pitched recently. She's got a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a curveball. So as we head into the top of the 8th, it's Beewolves 4, Frontrunners 3. Steve Monstour 0 for 2 with a walk. Billy LeBlanc 1 for 3. A magic one 1 for 2, and a hit by a pitch. Canto with a 1.32 ERA is taking position on the pitcher's mound.
Now batting, the catcher.
Monstour 0 for 2 with a walk. He's got power versus right-handed pitching. He's
Number 20.
neutral and fit.
Oh, this is the
So
LB
Stan Alive, the left fielder who's fielding. Oh, you're going to take over to do this?
No, he's coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, Stan Alive is coming out. And Adriana Clay, the center fielder, is going to come in. She's got no errors. She's hitting 273 on the season with no home runs. She's neutral and fit. She's got about average speed, but her fielding suffers. She does not have very good fielding, and she has a less than average arm out there in center field. So Beewolves may be able to use that to their advantage. Adriana Clay taking over in center field.
She normally plays left, so she's got a little bit of a detriment playing center field. First one's in for a strike by Lane Canto, going right at Steve Monstour. Fouls that one off. Strike 2, 0-2. Swinging him a strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout. Wow, what a start.
Well, I didn't realize until the second pitch that I was hitting. Billy LeBlanc, the right fielder, was neutral and fit. Likes the high pitch. He's 1 for 3 today. Hitting 441 on the season. First pitch is in there for called strike. Strike 1. That one's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Nobody on. Billy LeBlanc, line drive to Jonas Trickster. We've seen that several times today. For the second out.
Up comes Magic Moore, 1 for 2. Single hit by a pitch. Contact against left-hander, so that works for him. But these Canto pitches come across. It's like an arcing spin to him. First pitch is outside, ball 1. 1-0 count. 2 outs. A liner it's just fair. That's going to bring him. He's running for second. He's going to get 2 bases. Club throws in it hard. Wow. What an arm by Club. Almost beat him out.
Double for Magic Moore, and Fran Japani's locked in and fit 1 for 3 with a single. But she's going to end her day here in the 8th inning as they look for a little bit more offense. Japani will take a seat after a good day on the mound, and she's going to be replaced by Bertha Banks, who will pinch hit. Banks hitting 339 with 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. She's neutral and fit. She's got about average power, average contact, and a little bit less than average speed on the base pass. So 2 outs. Magic Moore standing at second base.
That's inside.
First pitch is inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's down.
Allen's low ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a smash, and that's going into right field. Magic Moore thought about maybe trying to take it all the way around, but thought better of it. So runners at first and third now with 2 outs.
Way to pinch hit Bertha Banks, who wasn't even supposed to play. Haley Dexter's 3 for 4. The pressure's through the roof here. First one's in for a strike. 2 outs. 0-1 the count. Top of the 8th. 4-3 Beewolves. There's a ball. We're even at 1 apiece. Runners to the corners. That one's right in there. A little roller back to the mound. Though Cantor's going to pick that up, throw it out, and get out of that side.
No. All right, so we'll be bringing in a relief pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Which one of these guys here?
I think we just pitched Belfort, didn't we?
Benson Rushmore still doesn't have a record.
Dusty Winder's tense. I'm going to go with Benson Rushmore.
There he is. Benson, get out here. Bertha Banks is going to come out. She did a great job pinch hitting, got on. And Benson Rushmore is going to come in relief. Yeah. He's got a 4.50 ERA, a 1.12 whip, 15 Ks on the year. Still no record. He throws the ball a little harder than average. Throws about average junk and not quite that accurate. He's mostly fully rested. He throws a 4-finger, 2-finger, the slider, the curveball, and the pressure's mid-range for him to get in here and do some work.
Yes, sir. So Beewolves 4 runs on 13 hits with 2 errors. Frontrunners 3 runs on 5 hits. Ed Club 1 for 3 with a double. Rowan Driver 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. Jonas Trickster 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Rushmore with a 4.5 ERA taking over duties on the pitcher's mound.
1 for 3 and locked in. Eddie Club 5 long balls, 9 RBIs, hoping to tie this up for the Philadelphia Frontrunners. Some fans refusing to sit down. They're so excited. Check swing strike 1. Benson Rushmore starts things off with a strike. Number 44 looking calm. Winds up, throws. This is just high. I like Rushmore's delivery. It's a nice swan arc. And the quick snap. Breaking pitch outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count to Ed Club. High pressure situation. Misses inside corner 3-1. It's going to be a hitter's pitch to number 15 in the right-hand batter's box. Oh, and he walks him on 5 pitches. So Ed
having trouble with his accuracy.
Gonna take first for free, and up comes Rowan Driver. I didn't see what he was. Solid contact hitter. Ed Club, about an average runner. Hit hard to. Oh, Gina Torrance cannot grab that one. He's at center field. Magic Moore's gonna stop it. And we got 2 runners up and 2 runners on, and now the pressure's climbing. It's high, really high. Jonas Trickster's up. He's 0 for 3 and tenths though. So a double play sure would be nice. Benson Rushmore keeping his eye on everybody. Breaking pitch outside, strike 1, 0-1 the count. Second pitch right in there, strike 2. He's going right at Trickster. He knows he's struggling. Trickster yet to swing. Swinging him at strike 3. He gets Trickster again. Not Trickster's day. Not usual performance for Jonas. But that leaves him with Filet Jones. I don't even know if he wants to pitch him. He's 1 for 2 on the day. RBI man with the inside pitch. Fans going crazy. See what he can do here. First pitch, a breaking pitch in the strike. Rushmore's not afraid. His 11th pitch is going to be. The outfield's going deep. Swing hard liner into his own dugout. Quick 2 strikes. Benson Rushmore hoping to K Filet. Hit hard to Gina Torrance. It's over her head.
No.
That's a multi-bagger. LeBoy's going to throw it into second. They got runners in the corners. And the tying run scores, and it's a tie ball game with, I think, 1 out? No, 2 outs. 1 out. We need a double play here. Up comes Miles Hart, who hits hard into his own dugout. He's excited about this. Fans going ape. That one misses up near his hands, 1 apiece. Bottom of the 8th, tie ball game, 4-4. That breaking pitch makes it in there for strike, 1-2 the count. Another strike would be real nice. Hits it hard toward the Beewolves dugout. 1-2 the count. Double play ball. Here it comes. Benson Rushmore lines up into the dirt. Good trap by Steve Monstour, who saved a runner from coming home. Little roller to Ruby Green, who's going to go to second. Over to first. Oh, they miss him. They don't quite get the double play. They get the lead runner. Another run scores, and the front runners take the lead. They now have a runner at first base. 2 outs. Pressure still high. Hannah mess up. Not doing great today. Inside corner strike. Benson Rushmore's accuracy is way down. He's tense. His 20th pitch is fouled off. Third base line. Souvenir. 0-2. He goes right at her, though. Gina Torrance picks it up, throws it back to first, and gets that 3rd out.
So we head in the top of the ninth. It's now Frontrunners 5, Beewolves 4. Buster Biggs 2 for 4 with a double. Laura Franco 1 for 4. And Ruby Green 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Cantos at 14 pitches with a strikeout, giving up 2 hits. Or ERA's at 1.27. Buster Biggs, the left fielder's neutral and fit 2 for 4 with a double, a single, and an RBI today. Cantos' first pitch.
Oh, I let go of the button.
Late swing, strike 1. And it went roller to Hart at shortstop. Will pick it up, make the throw to Trickster for the first out. 1 down.
That's not good. Only 2 left. Laura Franco 1 for 4 with a single, an RBI, a home run would tie it up. Lane Cantos going to the seat. I'm a little surprised by that. They're going to bring in the B+ ranked reliever Art Bull, who throws the ball pretty hard. He's got good junk and accuracy. Solid pitcher. He's mostly rested. He's composed. He throws a 4-finger, the slider, and the curveball. So you're going to see movement. And the pressure up here on the top of the ninth with 1 out in a 1-run game. Frontrunners holding on to lead. First one's in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Second one popped up to the first base line. Right under is Jonas Trickster. They're 1 out away from dropping this one.
The third baseman,
Ruby Green, neutral and fit, known as an RBI man. She's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. First pitch is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Ruby Green. That's off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Arf Bull delivering his 5th pitch. That one's low, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Ruby Green. That's in there for a called strike. Strike 1. That one's high, ball 4. Ruby Green has walked for the 2nd time today. And in steps Gina Torrens.
She's 1 for 4 with a single. So hopefully 2 for 5 would be nice. Get another run on the pressure. Still way up. Swings hard, but hits it foul on the first base line. 0-1 the count. That one in the dirt. Good trap. By the catch there. Oh, a hard hit one. That one's fouled on the third base line. 2 souvenirs, 1 strike away. Swings a roller past the mound. Hannah Mess picks it up, and it's in time. Gets her at first base, and the Beewolves drop this game in Philly close, down to the wire at the end. They gained the lead, I think, 3 times. Gave it up every time for the lot. Actually, well, no, it was just 2 innings that the scoring was in, right? The Beewolves scored 2 in the 3rd, jumped out in front like they needed to. Gave up 3, though, in that 4th inning. They got 2 more to get the lead in the 6th, and then gave up 2 in the 8th. Beewolves with 4 runs off of 13 hits, not bad, but they got 2 errors. So they weren't great defensively. Frontrunners took a while to score, put all their runs in 2 innings, 5 runs on 7 hits. Kind of a high run count for such low hitting.
Yeah, that's it's pretty good. 7 hits and 5 of them are going to cross the plate. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the Beewolves hit pretty well. Haley Dexter is 3 for 5. Buster Biggs 2 for 1. Everyone else was hitting. Only Steve Monstour went 0 for 3, and Rushmore went 0 for. Well, Rushmore didn't even hit. No. So really, yeah, Steve was the only one who missed it completely. And yeah, Frontrunners. Then you got Driver went 2 for 4. Oh, Trickster goes 0 for 4. Awful day for Miles Hart.
I was gonna say they only had 2 hitters that had multiple hits.
Yeah, a lot of offers there. I mean, so many subs too. Well, I mean, good management by the Frontrunners. They threw everything they had at this, and they ended up rolling the dice and rolling a 7. I mean, they got it. And pitching, Frangipani comes out and doesn't get the loss though. That's good. So she goes 7 innings, gets 5 hits off her, only 1 earned run. 5 hits in 7 innings and 1 earned run. Walked 1 batter, struck out 5. That's a good showing for Frangipani. She drops her ERA down to a 6.81. So she moved in the right direction. She keeps her winning record at 3-2. Benson Rushmore comes in and he gets the loss. He throws only 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, 2 earned runs. So those 2 hits are both runs. He walks a batter, gets 1 K. His ERA climbs to 5.29. He's now 0-1-1 on the season.
And then for the Frontrunners, Castillo came out, started the game, pitched 5 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks. His ERA is at a 5.72. His record's at 2-1. Marshall Rosas came out. He pitched an inning and a 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 strikeout. His ERA is at 3.67. His record's at 1 win, 2 losses. Lane Canto gets the win, and she pitched an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Her ERA is at 1.26. She's got 3 wins and 1 loss on the season. And then Arf Bull gets the save. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 walk. His ERA is at 6.35, and his record stands at 1 win, no losses, and 1 save.
What about that performance for he walks a batter and gets the save? And Canto struck out her first batter. So, players of the game, Pete.
The first start of the game, the B pitcher, Fran Giappani, starting pitcher, had a really great outing today. She pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and she had 5 strikeouts.
It is a solid day. Good pitching. Second is the B-plus ranked left fielder, number 61, Philae Jones. How many times is he on the top 3? He goes 2 for 3 on the day, gets 2 RBIs of their 4 of their and runs across the plate once himself.
And then rounding out the 3 stars of the game, superstar shortstop Hanley Dexteras, 3 for 5 today with a double and an RBI.
Good day for Handley.
Yes, sir. And then there was for us, Tommy G had 6 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 strikeouts for a contribution of 52%. Pete J winds up with 7 hits, 2 RBIs, 5 great catches, 1 stolen base, and 4 strikeouts for a contribution of 48%.
Jeez, how is that? You got more strikeouts and 5 great catches.
Hey, I let everything's cool, but it does seem a little strange. 2 RBIs, 5 great catches, 1 stolen base, and 4 strikeouts.
I wonder if that's
Tom
a
had
glitch.
2 RBIs. And
I had
2
I had less hits, the same amount of RBIs, and less strikeouts. But did you create errors?
I don't think so. I think we both wound up with. I mean, and again, it wasn't us making the error.
Yeah.
It was I think you tried to flip to Giappani and she dropped it, and then I tried to throw from
to Franco dropped it. Or no, well, yeah.
Yeah, Franco. I tried to. It was Hanley Dexteras. I think it might have even been a diving play.
Yeah.
One of the great catches, and then he makes the throw, and she just muffs the ball.
Yeah, that was the blank happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, disappointing there, but that was a tight contest. That was it was actually good baseball. I mean, pushed her right to the end. We even had a chance to go up in the bottom of the 9th. There was just those 2 errors might have been the difference.
Yeah, could have been.
Because I think
could have been. We left people on base. Again, we didn't seem to get any offense going until there were at least 2 outs already. So it was like
Benson Rushmore struggled as a reliever. He came in and really couldn't find that mark.
I had a hard time. Yeah, I had a hard time.
Yeah.
He had a hard time with his accuracy. He wasn't putting the ball where he wanted it to. It was It was either if he was trying to nibble around the corners, it was always outside, and he winds up. I think he walked Philae Jones that one time unintentionally. It was he just couldn't get the ball where he wanted it.
Yeah.
And then when he did get the ball in the strike zone, they were hit. So it's just it just wasn't his night tonight.
Yeah. Well, you did well. All right. Well, Pete and I are going to catch a flight tomorrow for back home to Phoenix, and then we'll be home for a little bit. 4 games, and we'll check down here to our schedule. Like we say, we're going to be home to face the Michigan Moose, who aren't doing that great this year. So maybe it's a little better that we're facing them now, right? What are the standings there? The Moose are, they're 11-11. Maybe they're playing 500. They're what the Frontrunners were before this game. Currently now we've dropped to 2nd place, but just a half game back. But the Frontrunners now are in sole position. But yeah, the Moose are 11-11. They're actually tied for 3rd in the Pathfinder division. Everyone's just fighting to see who gets beat by the Crocodiles. But anyway, yeah. So our schedule: home to face the Moose, and then we've got the Herbisaurs are in town for 2. We're gonna get Bender and Ortiz going against Qualita and Fuss. So that'll be a nice divisional back-to-back rivalry. And then the Burners come in to try and let it burn before we get on the road, and that's when we really hit the road. Our home game is over.
First game is going to be on the road is going to be the Sirloin, so that's going to be a big rivalry match right there, grudge match.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Moose are a team like the Frontrunners. Don't be surprised if they start to come on here in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, and that will be who's after Japani Levine. Sean Levon's going to go up against the Sirloins. He's been playing with them. All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, so there you go. A lot of games. There'll be 8 games before our next one. One to watch, maybe the Wild Pigs and the Freedom. I don't know where the Freedom are at, but yeah, it's just Waterbolt to the Jacks. That's a good game. So yeah, I guess. Well, until then,
keep track of that Sawtooth Sirloin game too. Hopefully the Sawtooth can help us out.
yeah, true. All right, well, I guess we'll call it for now. We look forward to seeing if we can turn things around against the Moose at home. It'll be good to be back in Red Rock for 4 games. Until then, this is Tommy G. Excuse me.
And this is Pete J. And we're saying, get out of here.
We will.